Welcome everyone. Today we have another interesting informations and discussion session for human resource developments. And last day we do some study and research and work on the need for consistency with other HR system. So when we have the reward based systems, if you have skill based pay, you need training. If you want overtime pay rules in contract, labor relations. If you want sign on bonus, employments. If you want to go for the merit based pay, then we have to go for cultural performance management. If you want to go for merit pay, reinforce performance cultures, that times we need to be focused on the culture. Financial compensation and performance bonus. Advantage: organization can directly emphasize to what it consider important, as well as organizations have to focus on the bonus because bonus are particularly useful for tying a reward to accomplishment of objective. Disadvantage: it may be difficult to determine a formula for calculating bonus achievement if the objective is expressed in subjective term. Non-financial compensation. In the non-financial compensations, there is an opportunity for promotions, the ability to move up in an organization along one or more career path. And also we have sense of accomplishment, the internal sense of satisfaction from the successful performance. Non-financial compensations, opportunity for personal growth, access to programs that allow to personal developments, tuition reimbursements, leadership development seminars. Recognition, the informal or formal acknowledgement of a desired accomplishments. Job security, a sense of being a desired employee that comes from consistent exceptional performance. So if we want to understand the reward and recognitions, that time you have to understand the definitions. A reward is an item or experience with monetary value that is provident for a desired behavior or performance, often with a accompanying recognitions. Recognition is a positive consequences provided to a person for a behavioral or a result in the form of acknowledgements, approval, or the express of gratitudes. Recognition is more of an activity or associations, a social or interpersonal activity, while a reward is more of a things, money, merchandise, trophy, travel, etc. Why reward and recognitions employees? And by volunteering and recognize people, you harness that power of motivation, which is a single most powerful strategy used to promote performance and positive behavior. There's a drive scratch in performance, enhance aspirations and the create motivations, feeling value, build self-esteem and sense of belongings, improve individual attitudes. We also have reward is a right, recognition is a gift. Reward at work, direct financials, indirect financials, work contents, careers, affiliations, study result. Surprisingly, all five types of rewards were considered equally important. Recognition: we need praise, we need times, we need toys, trophies, and thinkers. Fun, freedom, and food. Small money and others. Common threads: genuine, positive, and emotion. What is recognition? Recognition is any thought, words, or deep rewards making someone feel appreciate for who they are and recognized for what they do. Recognition can be a strategic tool for shaping behaviors and moving an organization in a desired directions. Recognition is something a manager should be doing all the time. It's a running dialogue with people. Why focus on recognitions? Employee identity recognition as one of the most effective motivators. Even a small increase in supportive practices are associated with decreased turnover and increased sales and profitability. Employees who feel that their organization value them are uh, mm, more likely to value their customer. Appreciations and or praise are among the top three drivers of employee motivate and engage across a variety of industries and companies. Exercise. You are, let's say you are the HR managers of a FMCG organization which has 400 employees at their headquarters. You have been asked to develop a research and programs for your organization to keep employees engaged and motivate level high. A separate budget would be provided for the R&R activities. You and your team has to design a program and present it to your leadership team. So difference between reward and recognitions. If we understand the rewards and if we understand the recognitions, that time we can take the necessary initiative. Uh, uh, so this time we have to take the necessary initiative. This time we have to create the necessary things. This times we have to understand the valuable things. And if we can understand the valuable things in a proper way, that time we can take different kind of initiative. A reward is given by organizations to value something is already has or it ascribes a value to a particular job or event. So recognitions is a feelings. Recognition is just an expression of feelings. It happens when a person is impacted by another person and he or she expresses it openly. So there is a different diversified things in the workplace. What is diversity? In simple terms, diversity is otherness or those human qualities that are different from out own or outside the group in which we belonging. There are various qualities that differentiate one individual from the next. Elements of diversity based on age, gender, ethnicity, race, physical ability, sexual orientation, physical characteristics, income, education, marital status, religious belief, geographic location, parental status, and personality types. Everything actually depends based on things. Diversity, the uniqueness of all individual include everyone. So when we have a uniqueness, that time it will help us to diversify. Principle of diversity management. Establish a business strategy for effectively managing a diverse workforce. Create a positive work environment. Promote personal or professionals development. Empower all people to reach their full potentials. Remove barrier that hinder progress. Ensure equal opportunity and prevent discriminations. Creating an organization that can manage diversity. Organizational visions, top management commitments, auditing and assessment of need, clarity of objective, clear accountability, effective communications, coordinations of activity and evaluations. Everything is important. On the other hand, if we focus on technique for managing diversity training programs, core groups, multicultural teams, senior managers of diversity, targeted recruitment and selection program, everything is important. In that situations, compensation and reward programs try to achieve diversity goals. We need language training, mentoring programs, cultural advisory groups, corporate social activity that celebrate diversity. Managing diversity effectiveness. Greater range of perspectives, idea, and creativity. Better problem definition, generation of alternative and decisions, greater potentials of developing a high performance team, greater resilience in dealing with essential demands. Mismanaging diversity, disrupt development of the trust, constructive working relationship, arriving and at consensus and arrangement agreement, stereotype of other members and subgrouping along cultural lines, misunderstanding and disruptive communications, low level of efficiency, effectiveness, and productivity. Everything is important. United result of managing diversity. Program that focus on encouraging creative group may create feeling of unfairness of exclusive in others, giving peripherals preferential treatments to certain group may stigmatize their members. Increased diversity without recognitions and reward for the new members can create organizational tensions. Coverage or divergence. Increased domestics, multiculturalisms, and increased globalizations of the organizations, and homogeneous populations may see managing diversity as important or irrelevant. So there are many things actually increasing, especially domestics multiculturalisms, and as well as when there is a globalization increase, that times divergence and this kind of things happen. Implications for the manager. So implications is actually very important things, because without the proper implications, without proper applications, and without proper knowledge and activities, we cannot go in an effective way. So in a professional's way, we have to understand that how different kind of implications actually possible, how different kind of applications actually possibles for our organizations. And if we can focus in that way, and if we can identify all of the things in that way, that times we can take different kind of initiative, and this initiative ultimately ultimately for our organizations. So implications means the managing a diverse workforce in an important part of international manager jobs. So when we properly can manage the diversities, must understand the impact of diversity and know how to realize different culture, view diversity, different and customer impact on manager. That time we take initiative. Potential benefit of an effective diversity management program: improve organizational performance, help even unlawful discriminations or harassment incidents, improve workplace relations, build more effective work terms, improve organizational problem solving, improve customer service, and enhance recruitment effort. It will help us in a different way. So making head count is more important than counting heads. So a possible barrier in the organization that prevent a more balanced workforce: limiting area of considerations, lack of diversity at the senior ranks, categorize people into certain positions, always recruiting from same source, grooming developing only one persons. These are the very important things, and strategy for inclusions is very important. So what is the strategy we can take without regard to race, gender, religions, national origins? Inconvenience yourselves to show someone else the way, unleash someone else potentials. Beside that, identify training and development need for all of the employees, utilize individual development plan, rotations or development assignment, rotate acting supervisors. These are the important fact. And if we can do the diversity management in the full, about the full utilizations of the people who is different backgrounds and experience, that is important. An effective diversity management strategy has a positive effect on cost reductions, creativity, problem solving, and organizational flexibility. Beside that, we can do the human resource audit. Let's say we have our purpose to identify the size, skills, and structure surrounding current employees, and we can identify future human resource need of the organizations. Now, question answers: are the human resource strength or a weakness? Definitely, if we can understand that human resource is a very important things, and human resource can play a very important for our organization, that time we can take necessary initiative. Audit principle: obtain some basic information of the people and policies involved in the organizations. Explore in the detail the role and contributions of the human resource management function in the development of the strategy. So if we focus on our audit, people in the organization role and contributions of the HR strategy is very important. So HR audit people in the organization, employee numbers, employee numbers and turnovers, organization structure for controlling the organization, use of specific teams for innovations, level skills and capabilities requires, moral and rewards, employees and industrial retentions, selection, training and development, staffing levels, capital investments, role of equality and personal service in deliver the product or service of the manager, role of professional advice in delivering the product or service. These are the very important and strategic factors for the organizations. And if we can handle these things in a professional way, that times we can take many of the initiative, and that time we can take many of the initiatives in a effective way. Because every times we need to be more efficient, every times we need to be more effective in terms of HR roles and contributions. So what is the role and contribution of HR strategy? Relationship with the strategy, key characteristics of the HR strategy, consider consistency of strategy across different level, Responsiveness of HR strategy in a leading change in the organization. Role of HR strategy in a leading change in the organization. Monitoring and review HR strategy. Time horizon for operation of HR strategy, which are the very much important. Provide information that is useful in declining how feasible a strategy is. Identify any human resources gap, human resource necessary for a proposed strategy minus the current status of human resources. Allow the organizations to benchmark their performance against other organizations. Let's say benchmark is a process of compensation. So critical success factor CSF, a reason why one organization is superior to another's. HR can be a CSF if employee have unique skills. So these are the major strategic points that we can focus on for human resource management, and these are the major area where we can focus for the human resource developments. And if we can identify different kind of HR strategy, different kind of human resource strategy. At that times we can move to the next level. That time we can focus to the next level. That time we can understand the next level, and which is basically very helpful for our development, which is basically very helpful for our human resources, and which is basically help us to develop the human resource in a professional way. So there are many interesting things we can share, many effective things we can share our audience, that how actually we can create human resource strategy, and how we can start a different things with our audience, and which will help us to identify a different kind of human resource strategy of the organizations. And if we can understand the human resource strategy, that times we can take a lot of initiatives how to create a human resource strategy. If we focus on that area, you can find where you are working in a large corporation or a similar enterprise, a human resource strategy from the basis of everyone you do in HR. In this article, you will give a definitions of the HR strategy, explain how the HR strategy impact daily HR practices, and we will end with a human resource strategy example. So what is human resource strategy? A human resource strategy is a business overall plan for the managing its human capital to align it with its human business activity. The human resource strategy sets the direction for all the key areas of HR, including hiring, performance appraisal, development, and compensations. The HR strategy is thus a long-term plan that dictates HR practice throughout the organizations. An HR strategy has a set of characters. It requires an analysis of the organization and external environment. It takes longer than 1 year to implement. It shapes the characters and directions of the human resource management activity, help in the deployments and allocation of the organizational resources, is revised on a yearly basis. It incorporated the external judges of the scenario management. It is number driven. It is result in a specific behaviors. So how to create the HR strategy? Because HRs is a very important things, and HRs is a very specific things where we can generate many things. The next question is that how do we create a human resource strategy? A very useful model here is standard casual model, or HRM. One of the key HR model, this model shows where HR strategy originated from and how it influenced HR executive and business performance. The model shows that the HR strategy is a result of the broader strategy. It shows that HR activities create value when they are aligned with what the organization tries to achieve. When there is alignment between the two, HR will contribute to the performance of the organizations. The overall business strategy is formulated based on the past and the present. It is a result of what the company has been doing in the past and its current internal capabilities, and often use tools to arrive at the strategy in the SWOT analysis. In the SWOT analysis, the organization internal strength and weakness and its external threats and opportunities are mapped. Strength include the company's core known how and know what. There are its productions capacity, existing brand, marketing channels, sales capabilities, research and development expert, and other human capabilities factors also importance. So if we do the strength, weakness, opportunities, and threat, that time we can understand that how HR can play a major role for our developments and how HR can create a very good impact. So there are many HR strategic things we can apply, and there are many HR strategic points that we can implement for our human resources. So my major objective is that how we can collaborate together and how we can make a better strategy for the human resources. So thank you everyone. I want to give special thanks to Araf Mehraz for your nice comments. So if you have any kind of questions and everything that will helpful for our session, definitely you can send your questions to us. Thank you everyone. Thank you for your valuable support.